Oh, my computer crashed.
Oh no, I've got a virus.
No way, no internet connection. Do you need help? Call IT Mayday. 647-977-7113. itmayday.com.
And welcome back to The Condo Expert. This is Linda Pinizzato at the studio at the Hayes FM in Mississauga, sponsored by Bayshore Health and Wellbeing. We're talking about fear and different circumstances that happen within a condominium building. I decided not to have a guest today because I really need to pinpoint important things that need to be identified by condo owners, because you have to step forward and start speaking up. And you certainly need to join the Condo Owners Association. You know, it was sad. I received an email, and I have to tell you that I had somewhat mixed feelings on it. And the reason I did is because, you know, we do have a lot of seniors in condominiums. And this particular email was addressed to identify things that are happening because there is a senior that's living next door to this particular condo owner. So rather than this condo owner recognizing that the person next to her is a senior, and yes, they may have some physical disabilities and so on, she didn't. She actually decided that she would attack the issues that were coming forward because of the senior living next door. The sad part is that, you know, sometimes there's certain things that you can't help. I mean, we're all going to get older. I'd love to say that we're going to stay young and vibrant and without health issues and so on, but that's not reality. Reality is today, you know, you're functioning and you're doing everything at 100% level. You know, whether you're aging or whether or not you've all of a sudden contracted, you know, something that's going to really affect the future of your life. I think that humane-wise, people should accept that and try to work with it and try to, maybe you could help the other person. And I can understand how, you know, they could be upset because they own a property and they do have the right to enjoy the property and so on without maybe excessive noises or problems that could be coming from next door. One of the comments came is that, you know, this person screams extremely loud. You know, maybe that is a medical condition. But what I want to do is I want to actually address our government. You know, everywhere that we go, we always talk about the baby boomers and the aging society and so on. And, you know, I mean, that's always out there and more too, where typically there's a lot of different associations out there for all different types of medical conditions and not necessarily dealing with seniors. I mean, it could be a 25-year-old. So recognizing health conditions, age conditions, everything that's out there right now, I really think that we need to take a look at health and welfare. And some part of that needs to be involved. I'm talking about building standards. You know, surely there has to be more types of materials that can be put into condominiums that would basically isolate units from units, recognizing that this is the wave of the future because, you know, not only that, I mean, you know, we've got so many different things that could become problems. So we really need to go step by step and take a look at the overall picture and see whether or not the building standards are capable of allowing people independently in every single unit enjoy the privacy of their home. And what can be done for older units, I don't know. Maybe there is some kind of soundproofing. However, the cost, of course, would certainly be a concern. But, you know, these are issues. I guess, you know, there's not much you can do with the past. You certainly can do a lot with the future. And I know that building codes have been changed to address different items. And this one in particular should be brought to the forefront simply because I think that right now with the amount of complaints that we're receiving, and no doubt, a lot of them are older buildings, but, they have to be addressed because people should be allowed to enjoy their home without obstructions from neighbors and noise, excessive noise coming from next door or on the hallways and so on. So if that can be addressed, then it prevents people from taking personal attacks on their neighbor. And it creates a much more harmonious community. I would hate to be that senior living next door to this woman, because I would look at this and say, oh my God, I've got a serious problem. I can't afford to move. I don't want to be behaving like this, but there's things that are happening to me that I can't help. And how am I going to have peace and harmony in my own life if I have personal attacks coming now from my neighbor? And unfortunately, the personal attacks are dictating towards something that I can't help and I can't stop. So what do I do? So you talk about a dilemma. So you as an audience, who do you side with? Do you side with the owner that's upset because of the noise and all the problems that are coming from the seniors unit? Or do you side with the seniors because you recognize that, it's an uncontrolled situation and it's sad, and certainly if they could do something about it, I'm sure that they would. So you see what I mean? So what do you do? There is no answer for it. That's the thing. And addressing this kind of a complaint, you can't address it either, because both parties, both people, both unit owners have the right to live in their condo units. So where does their rights get taken away from them? Why? Does their right get taken away from them because they're making, noise because of a medical condition? Does that get taken away from them for that reason? Now, if they're creating noise and abusive comments and there's loud parties, and absolutely, we have municipal guidelines that will protect homeowners from that type of thing. Call the police, you register a complaint, there is noise violations, and there you go. But you can't do that. How does anybody handle it when you're dealing with extenuating circumstances? So that's something to think about. You see, the complexity of condominiums is where the confusion is. And that's why some items and some problems within condominiums always remain unaddressed. And some of these are still being unaddressed, even though we have a Condo Act review on right now going out there. I don't, as being one of the stakeholders in this review, I don't remember one comment being put out there with respect to that kind of an issue. As a matter of fact, even the door lock issue, that hasn't been brought to the forefront either. So that's the reason why we need input from condo owners, because you're the ones that know what's going on. You know what problems that you've been experiencing. And unless you're able to have the strength to step forward and let the Condo Owners Association know about these problems, they will never get change. As a matter of fact, I will guarantee you that you're not the only one that's experiencing it. It's going to be all over the province. Everyone's got the same problems here, there, this, that. There's only a certain amount of problems that you can have. So let's play a proactive approach and get involved. You're listening to Linda Pinizzato of the Condo Expert. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back.